It's just unbelievable. And I was so happy you were there when that happened.
I mean, I was...
Because I could not stand.
Yeah, I mean, I started crying too. You know, I'm a
You
crier.
were weeping.
I was just so happy for you because I've
Kelce
seen how you make music. I've seen how you make these videos. I've seen the effort and the focus and the strategy.
Jason Kelce had a lot on his mind as he hustled through a Kansas City morning. His schedule was already packed. There was the New Heights podcast to record with his brother Travis. ESPN was filming pregame coverage for the looming Chiefs versus Eagles showdown, and the house buzzed with the sort of anticipation only big family weekends can bring. But beneath all the media chaos, a quieter and far more memorable story was unfolding. It was a story about family, unexpected connections, and the kind of ordinary magic that even the brightest spotlights can't capture. This wasn't just any game weekend. The Chiefs were about to face Jason's old team, the Eagles, at Arrowhead. The city was electric, and the ESPN crew was everywhere, snagging footage and prepping for a massive New Heights tailgate event. But the real headline wasn't on the field or behind the mic. It was inside the Ledwood Mansion, where the Kelce family was gathering for a reunion that promised to be anything but routine. Kylie Kelce arrived in a flurry, with her arms full of snacks, reminders, and giggling daughters. It was the first time her girls would see their Aunt Taylor since Travis had proposed to the global superstar. The girls' excitement was immediate and uncontainable, their affection for Taylor as genuine as it was adorable. From the get-go, it was clear this wasn't just an ordinary family visit. This was a chapter the whole family would want to remember forever. The morning was a blur of business and excitement. Jason and Travis juggled podcast segments, sneaking glances at the door, half listening for the sound of little feet. Kylie's arrival changed the energy instantly. Wyatt, the eldest and unofficial ringleader, burst in first, followed by her younger sisters, Elliot and baby Bennett, with Finley tucked under Kylie's arm. The girls wasted no time diving into the action, their laughter echoing through the house like a soundtrack you'd never get tired of hearing. Kylie moved through the chaos with the practiced efficiency only parents possess. Hugs were distributed, snacks handed out, and reminders about nap schedules, allergies, and the all-important rule, no drums during nap time, were recited like a family mantra. The grown-ups tried to keep the excitement low-key for Taylor's sake, but little kids are incapable of subtlety, and the adults found themselves swept up in the fun. When Taylor entered the living room, the entire space seemed to soften. She didn't make a grand entrance or act like a pop queen. She just melted into the scene, kneeling to talk to the girls, admiring their crafts, and greeting Kylie with an easy hug. It was the most ordinary kind of magic, the kind that only happens when everyone's guard is down. Taylor's arrival set the tone for the afternoon. She wasn't there to pose for pictures or make headlines. She was there to be an aunt. She sat on the back steps, patiently stringing friendship bracelets with the girls while Wyatt banged on a toy drum nearby. When the noise threatened to spill into chaos, Taylor didn't flinch. She grabbed foam drumsticks and joined in, creating a silly duet that had everyone outside grinning. Even Kylie had to laugh, calling it the bridge we didn't know we needed. Taylor's willingness to get silly, to make the kids feel seen and heard, was what made the afternoon so special. She didn't just play with them. She listened, learned their stories, and sang along to their favorite songs. Elliot, always hungry for story time, begged Taylor to sing, and Taylor obliged with a goofy, pared-down chorus the girls could join. Bennett wandered the house with her favorite stuffed animal, insisting it be included in every game, and Taylor serenaded the plushie with a lullaby so sweet it melted even the adults. This wasn't a carefully curated celebrity moment. It looked nothing like a magazine shoot. There were paper plates, spilled drinks, and the occasional shriek as someone dropped a loaf of sourdough bread. Jason darted between podcast segments and kid wrangling, while Travis delivered a dramatic reading of a children's book that had everyone in stitches. When Bennett lost a shoe, a wild chase ensued, with Jason tripping theatrically, Kylie barking out instructions, and Travis making a final diving save that had the kids clapping like he just scored a touchdown. Despite the commotion, the adults made it work. The podcast recording paused so Jason and Travis could be present, swapping duties seamlessly. Kylie enforced phone-free family hours, stashing devices and keeping family calls short but full of laughter. Taylor made her own rule, no screens at story time. Instead of selfies, she did a silly dance, getting everyone moving and giggling. These small policies, gently enforced, mattered more than anyone realized. They were ways to blend fame and childhood, letting the kids have real memories instead of just photos. The adults handled the inevitable bumps, a scraped knee, a toy emergency, with practiced calm. Kylie never shied away from the messy realities of parenting, moving through the chaos with a steadiness that set the tone for everyone else. As the sun set, the family gathered for an impromptu concert on the lawn. Wyatt led her cousins in a delightfully offbeat drumline, Taylor shook a tambourine with theatrical flair, and Jason and Travis cheered from the sidelines, recording snippets to keep private, or maybe someday, to share as a slice of pure happiness. If you're picturing a polished celebrity gathering, erase that image. This was a day defined by imperfection and authenticity. There were quieter moments too, Taylor braiding the girls' hair, Kylie showing her how to pack snack bags for the road, Travis kneeling to tie a shoelace, teasing the girls about which football move they wanted to learn next. Each exchange felt effortless, as if the family had been doing this for years, even though it was all still so new. Bedtime brought another round of chaos, but also one of the sweetest chapters of the day. The girls insisted on sleeping with Aunt Taylor, piling into her lap on the guest bed, begging for more stories, more songs, more time together. For a few precious minutes, the world outside, the game, the cameras, the headlines, fell away, leaving only the glow of a family making memories. What made this gathering unforgettable wasn't just the star power or the hype of a big game weekend. It was the collision of worlds, the rock-steady presence of Jason and Kylie, the infectious energy of Travis, the effortless warmth of Taylor, and the way all of them chose to show up for the people who mattered most. They took care of business, but gave their best selves to the children. They created space for play and laughter, for quiet lessons and big feelings, for the kind of joy that lingers long after the cameras stop rolling. And maybe that's the real takeaway. In a world obsessed with spectacle, sometimes the most meaningful moments happen off stage. They happen when no one's looking, when the only audience is a handful of kids and the people who love them most. As the night wound down, the Leadwood house settled into a rare kind of peace. The girls drifted off to sleep, their wishes fulfilled, while the adults traded stories and laughter in the kitchen. Outside, the city buzzed with anticipation for the upcoming game, but inside, the only thing that mattered was family. For those lucky enough to witness it, the day felt like a secret, a reminder that even the biggest stars and the busiest families crave the same simple joys: a house full of laughter, a backyard concert, the comfort of being together. If you find yourself craving more of these behind-the-scenes moments, you're not alone. The real magic, after all, isn't in the highlight reels or the headlines. It's in the ordinary, everyday moments, the ones that rarely make the news but stay in your heart forever. And for the Kelces, it was a day that proved you don't have to choose between being extraordinary and being ordinary. Sometimes, you can be both, all at once.